community of Greenville. How are you? Good. Well, I want to welcome all of you that are here in the building, of course. You're here. We know you're here. But what about all of those that are joining us via streaming? We welcome you. Thank you for taking of your morning to join in with us here to get your spiritual nourishment for the week, get you all ready. You know, some people think of Sunday as the last day of the week, but actually it's the first day of the week. So you're starting your week off in the best possible way, getting here, getting some spiritual food and nourishment to get you prepared for that week. Yeah? Can you all make it through the week without something to feed you spiritually? Oh, okay, all right, okay. I just want to make sure I was talking to the right group of people. Well, you know, every Sunday morning I try to give you a little something to think about, to be grateful for, because in these current times, it's always good to stop and be grateful for something. I currently am really grateful for air conditioning. Anybody else?
Amen.
I mean, I was telling the UMass leadership folks Friday night that every once in a while we lose power at the house, and one day last week it shut off for about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, something like that. And it didn't take but about 5 minutes for me to go, do you know how grateful I am for air conditioning? Because it didn't start cooling down. I mean, it didn't start warming up in 5 minutes, but I don't know, there was just something about knowing that it wasn't there and it wasn't running. My psychologically, it was like, I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot. So I'm grateful for air conditioning. In addition to that, today is National Cousins Day. So how many of you have great relationships with cousins that you enjoy and embrace?
Hello, cuz.
Well, today is National Cousins Day. It's also International Self-Care Day. So it's a really good day to remember to take care of yourself. And then lastly, it's National Amelia Earhart Day. And that's because today is her birthday. So we celebrate her as a pioneer in aviation and such an important woman to many of us who look to those historical figures that advance the women's movement, so to say. So we appreciate all of those things and are grateful for those things today. Ooh. Take a breath. Reverend James is going to be bringing a great talk this morning on being in the now. So let's start that in advance of that by bringing our attention to this now moment. What does that mean? It means, trying to disconnect our thoughts and our feelings to everything else that's external to us and just being present with what's here right now. Those lovely babbling voices.
Yes.
You hear those childlike voices? Aren't they wonderful? For those of you that say things like, I can't meditate when there's noise going on. I can't meditate when there's distractions. That's the purpose of meditation. It's to get you used to being able to be in the now when there are distractions and when there are noises. So embrace that, enjoy that this morning. It's so lovely. Let's take a breath and bring all of that awareness to our center as we focus on this morning's daily word, which is the idea of loving. And the affirmation is, I am a loving, caring presence. If you'd like to say that with me, I am a loving, caring presence. And even if you don't feel like that right now, right here in this moment, say it anyway. I am a loving, caring presence. Sometimes we're challenged in that, aren't we? Just as the sun shines on everyone and everything, I am a loving presence to everyone I meet. My kind words, my welcoming smile, and my compassionate actions all spring from the love that is part of my divine identity. Being a loving presence draws me closer to God and to all people. I want to share the love I have known throughout the seasons of my life, at heights of triumphs and joy, and the depths of loss and suffering. God is love, and so am I. No matter who I meet or what they're going through, I am loving. I bring support, kindness, solace, and comfort, and share them, listen to this word, lavishly, without thought or reciprocity. I am the hands and I am the heart of God in the world. And Romans 13:8 reminds us, owe no one anything except to love one another. For the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. What do you think about that, Reverend James?
I think that sounds really good.
I do too.
Goes along with what we're talking about today.
Imagine
Isn't that interesting how that works? Hey, let's all stand together. And why don't you just, if you want to, greet somebody, say hello. Tell somebody, say you're getting better looking every day. All right. Lots of smiling faces. And whenever you're ready, you may be seated this morning. I think it's always good to meet and greet, right? Get to know the people around you. Because what are we here for? We're here to build community, create community together. And to do that, we need connection, and we just need to be able to communicate and talk and just kind of support and love on each other while we're here. Does that sound good? All right, this time, do we have any children that would like to come up to the front and just sit right here while we sing? All right. Hey. Aren't they beautiful? All right, let's sing. Ready? God is,
I am,
I create,
I
pray, and I act
on the truth that I know.
God is, and I am, I create,
I
pray, and
I act on the truth that I know.
There is only one God. There is only one love. All right, so now we're going to invite the children to go to their classes. This young lady right back here will be your teacher today. If you'd like to go with her, and she'll show you where to go. All right. Any other children that want to go with her? Let's give them a hand. All right. You doing all right today? You sure? How do you know? I mean, it's good to take your temperature once in a while and see where you're at. Do you know that most people, I was reading a statistic that just blew my mind the other day, that 50% of people have stopped allowing themselves to feel and to be emotionally in touch with the world. That they've gone inside their little caves and they've stopped allowing themselves to connect with others. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Or maybe it's just a thing, right? So, how can you feel, or how can you experience love if you can't feel it? How can you experience peace if you don't feel it? Make sense? It's important that we get in touch with our emotions and our feelings. We want to leave those doors open. Even if there's a little noise, it's okay. We appreciate what happened. Oh, there we go. We appreciate the circulation of air, in the room. And I think that's important in these days. So, that leads me to our topic today, which is unwrapping the present moment. Unwrapping the present moment. That's what we're talking about. I learned something fantastic. Oh my goodness, you're going to love this. I was reading about Charles Fillmore. and who he was and how he was. And there's more information that's coming out. There was a gentleman by the name of Ernest Wilson who was very good friends with the Fillmores when he was younger, and he watched him grow up. And so he learned a lot about him. And he said, and I love this, he said that Charles Fillmore had a great sense of humor and was a big jokester. And I said, I connect with that. I like that. You know? And not only that, but that his wife had the ability to roll her eyes in strategic places. And I said, man, that reminds me of somebody. How many know that behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes? Right? So what he would do is he would tell her jokes at home, you know, try them out on her. But he would kind of change it a little bit, and he would tell the joke in a way that only it meant something to her. Okay? But it was so, not off color, but it was so just between the two of them that she would just roll her eyes. And then they would go to the meeting, and Charles would get up and start to tell the same joke. And she's over there fanning herself and wondering, he's not going to tell that punchline, is he? Is he going to say that? And he would change the punchline. So I thought that was really, really interesting. And I resonate with that. I resonate with that. Does living in the present moment mean that we cannot ever think about the past or the future? Can we still learn from the past? Is it okay to plan ahead, to have goals to shoot for? You ever ask yourself these questions? Can we plan for the future? Why is it so hard to stay in the present, James? I just can't do it. It's so hard. So, Charles Fillmore said, let the God within you express itself through you and in the world without. How many understand that, yes, we go within, but the reason we go within is because what is within you has to express itself in the world, or you're just halfway there. People say, well, I'm going within. Well, that's good. That's good. But what is within you needs to be expressed outwardly. Needs to shine. You need to shine that light that you are. Yes, God is within you. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of, heaven is inside of us. But it must be expressed through us. You have many gifts, talents, and abilities. You have some things that you don't even know that you have. Certain talents and abilities and gifts. Right? Until you begin to do what? Express them. Express them. You have to practice those things. You have to begin to act upon what is within you. And as you do that, you begin to learn about yourself. Do we have anybody here who, like, you're sitting around thinking about yourself and what's going on with your life, and you're just like, I just can't figure this out. But you sit down and you talk with somebody, and you hear yourself talk, and all of a sudden you begin to understand some things about. Anybody here do that? Am I the only one? Okay. No. Yeah. That's because we need to express what is inside us. Don't keep it inside. Don't bottle it up. That's what people in the world are doing today. They're bottling up their feelings. They're bottling up their emotions. They're not allowing themselves to be present in this now moment. When do we need people? Well, one of these days, boy, we're going to bring peace on earth. No. How about now? How about now? How about now? Now. We need all of us to show up now. Let's say it together. I am here and I am present. Now, one of the names of God is Adonai Shema. It's a Hebrew name. Adonai Shema. And it means that I am present. I, the Lord, the divine principle, I am present. I am here now. And so, that Hebrew name of God, a name denotes a nature. There was a particular gentleman who was introduced to Adonai Shema, and he began to see the revelation that God is here. God is here now. How many understand that God is always here now? God doesn't live in the past. God doesn't live in the future. It didn't say, I used to be that I used to be. I shall be what I shall. No. I am that I am. Now, Jesus said, before Abraham, I am. He went around saying, I am the door. I am the light. I am the way. Now, what did he mean by I am the way? You notice he didn't say, I'm the only way. Say with me, aha. That word's not in there. He just said, I'm the way. What is he the way? He said, I'm the way to that spiritual dimension, that kingdom, that Father within, that presence, that divine principle of life. I am a way shower, a way teacher. And if you will follow me, I'll show you how to get there. He said, I'm the shepherd. You know, the shepherd's the same idea. He said, I'm the bread of life. He didn't say, you know. Now, when he speaks like that, understand he's speaking metaphorically. It wasn't literal bread. You can't go to the store and buy a loaf of Jesus, right? Right? Come on now. What he was talking about was, I'm the bread. He said, if you feed on the substance that I'm feeding upon, that I am and that you are, you feed on that and you will be fulfilled. You will be fulfilled. Anybody here want fulfillment? I mean, no, it starts within. You have to feed upon that living bread. And you can only find it here and now. It's right here. Jesus said, it's in your midst. It's dancing around you. It's working in you. It's working, moving through you. Right here, right now. And we shut down and we wall off our hearts many times. We build walls and we say, no, I don't want to feel, because I don't want to be hurt. I've been betrayed. I've been abused. People have criticized me and it hurt. And so I'm going to stay inside. I'm not coming out. That's a vow that many people have made whenever they have been hurt in their life. They make that vow and they say, I will not allow myself to ever be hurt again. You understand what I'm talking about? And the thing of it is, you keep yourself from the richness and the awareness of that divine substance that is within you. It's a real thing. Let's say it together. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thong. However you want to say it. Whatever your accent is. How many know we got people from all over the place around here? We got the New York accent. We've got the Alabama accent. We've got the, we've got accents from even South Carolina, believe it or not. How many here were born in South Carolina? Raise your hand. Come on. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? 4 people. No. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter how you say or what you say. It only matters how it comes out and if it is loving, if it is kind. To be gracious, you know what that means? Is to be filled with the gifts of grace. And you are filled this morning with gifts of grace. Let's say that together. I am filled with the gifts of grace. In the Greek, it's charismata. Charismata. And you have these divine gifts. They're healing gifts. You have the gift of healing when you speak to people, the way you speak and the words that you say. Have you ever been in somebody's presence? You've been upset, you've been hurt, you're angry, and they just speak a right word, and they say it in such a way that it goes directly to your heart, and it touches you, and it opens you up. You understand what I'm talking about? You have that power. You can do it. You just have to be present with people. And these healing gifts will open up. Some of you have gifts to heal people emotionally through the words you speak, through the actions you take. You know, one time I had a lady get really upset with me. This is when I was in my 20s. I was a young man, didn't know a lot. How many know that when you turn 12, 13 is when you think you know everything? And then when you're 21, you're sure of it. Or 18, 21, around there. Then as you get a little bit older, you begin to realize, not so much. Not so much. And suddenly your parents get smarter. Everybody around you suddenly are more intelligent than you thought they were. Right? Anyway, I had talked to this lady. We had started this church, this community. And I had talked to her early on and about her, doing the Sunday school, taking over the Sunday school classes. And we just let it go. 6 months later, I forgot that I had that conversation with her. Say with me, James is not always perfect. Right? Contrary to popular belief. No. And so I asked this other person. And she responded in a beautiful Christian spirit. And she came at me, walked up to me right after the service, after I had announced this other person being the new Sunday school director, youth ed director. And she was foaming at the mouth, literally, and I'm not exaggerating. She was upset. And she walked up to me and she was just saying all this stuff. And I thought, well, that's a good Christian way to be. All right? And so I was getting upset because I thought, well, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. It happens. Right? Once you tell the person next to you, just remind them, say, sometimes you make mistakes. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Right? Come on, you didn't say it. You're laughing. I'm okay with that when you make a mistake. I'm okay with that. Okay? We have to be. We have to be. And so I stood there, and you know how your fists get tight and my face starts turning red, and I'm thinking, and then I took a breath. I remembered who I was in that moment. And I reached out and I called her name and I just hugged her. I said, I love you. I would never do anything to hurt you. And I'm not kidding. She melted and she just like fainted into my arms. She just like that. And I just held her for a moment. I thought, what's going on? And she had tears in her eyes, and you know that she never, ever brought that up again. We just hugged it out, and I apologized to her, and it was gone. So I thought, well, thank you, Spirit, because it was Spirit, you know, that kind of moved through me in that moment. And it was a gift of grace. You understand? Because guess what, folks? Sometimes we say things. We're sharp with our words. We forget stuff. You know, last week we had our UMAS training, and there were so many things that I was supposed to remember, you know, that I had it all written down here. And then sometimes, you know, I try to get things in an orderly spot where I can get back to it. But sometimes I write it down on a napkin or a piece of paper, and you know what happens with that, right? It falls under the desk. The elves come and take it away. I don't know what happens to it. It's like those mysterious disappearing socks, right? Who knows where they go? Some sock dimension or whatever. And so there was so much to remember, you know, and I had several times just to stop and sit and just breathe. Because people come to you and they say, what about this? Did you think about that? How about if we do this? Oh, we're doing this, but maybe we should do that, right? And how many know that happens in the church once in a while, right? And it happens to you in your office. It happens to you with your neighbors. All of a sudden they're knocking on the door and they're talking to you about stuff and your mind is a million miles away. And you go, what is going on here? Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. Did you hear that? Do you believe that? How do you know that this is the experience that you need? Because this is the experience that you are having in the moment. If you didn't need it, it wouldn't be there. Say with me, ooh, oh, yeah. Sometimes there are factors that keep us from being present with life. We edit out the bad parts of our experiences, making our past seem like heaven. So enjoyable. We make it more enjoyable than it really was. See, that's what the mind does, right? When I was a child, things were fantastic. My life was groovy, gravy, wonderful, right? These kids today, boy, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on with them. It wasn't like it was for us when I was a kid, and I've thought that. And the thing of it is, I really think back to it, and I remember the guy that stole my tennis shoes out of my locker, and I had to go barefoot to get home. I remember the time my bike was stolen off my front porch. I remember the bully that beat me up. Was in middle school, and he was in high school. And he just thought it was his mission in life to torment me. But people would say, James, well, how was your childhood? Oh, my childhood was great. Wonderful. Yeah, no problems. It's wonderful. We don't remember those things that happen to us because we have a tendency to do a little therapeutic fibbing. Have you heard of that? That's an actual thing. And we edit out the bad parts. And the reason we do that is because we don't want to feel it. We don't want to feel those things. Because do you know, one day I was driving down the road and I remembered a time that bully had picked on me. And inside of me, I was just like, oh. And boy, if I had it all to do over again, I'd go back there and I'd show him. I'd wrestle him to the ground, you know, and I'd be like Batman, you know. I'd fix his wagon. Does anybody say that anymore? I think I heard that on an old movie one time. I'd fix his wagon. I don't even know what that means. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. It might be. But these thoughts of the past keep coming back every once in a while, and they create emotion within us. And so I started feeling it, and then I started thinking, well, this is crazy. This guy is, and you know what? This guy, this bully, he's now the mayor of the town that I grew up in. I'm serious. But you know, I've met him since then, and we've talked, and he's fine. He's never apologized. He doesn't remember what he, you know. Anyway, I have to let it go. How many know it's up to me to let it go? Yes, he beat me up. But if I'm still thinking about it 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years later, I got a problem. And so what I want to do is just see him in all of his glory as a child of God. He's just another version of me, right? He made a mistake. But you know what? He toughened me up. Because now I can take a hit. I can take a hit. Take 2 or 3. I'm not talking about physical hits. Don't hit me, please, just to prove a point. Come on. But I can take an emotional hit from time to time, you know. Somebody came up to me one time and said, James, I love your talks, but I just don't like your music. All right? Okay. That's okay. Not everybody's going to like you. Are you okay with that? Can you be okay with that? That's part of being present, isn't it? If you can learn to be okay with whatever happens, then you're going to be at peace. And if you're at peace, you're way ahead of everybody else. Not saying that that's what you want to do, but you're way ahead in your own spirituality when you're at peace. I can take a hit. Let's say it together. I can take a hit. Yeah. Because I know I need to feel in order to heal. I need to feel in order to heal, because you'll never heal unless you can feel those feelings and allow them to move through you. And you got to say it like that. To move through you. Right? Let it move through. Let the energy go through, because it's all energy. It's all energy. It's all energy. It's all energy anyway. And so they're throwing energy at me, and just like a catcher in a baseball game. I catch it. Or in a football game, I catch the football and I score a touchdown. It doesn't have to bother me anymore because I don't take it personal. It's their football. It's their baseball. They're throwing it. It's not mine. You understand? When somebody accuses you of something, 99% of the time, It has nothing to do with you because it came from them. It's their issue. Don't make it yours. And if you're just present with it, say, oh, okay. Here's another child of God that's working through their stuff. And so I learned. And another thing you learn is how to dodge the bullets. Right? You understand what I'm talking about? Because people are throwing them, aren't they? Yeah. And that's just what they've learned to do. Many times it's automatic. It's not you. That's just what they do. If you weren't there, they'd be doing it to the next person. Make sense? Are we hitting home this morning? Are we hitting a home run? We face a lot of uncertainty in life, don't we? There's a lot of uncertainty. And what does uncertainty do? It causes anxiety. You ever drink that tea? Anxiety. You know what I'd rather have is some serenity. Or some extra. Oh, that's C. Oh, well. I tried. You're going to forgive me, right? You're going to let it be okay. Thank you. Your mind will simply wander, like a wild horse or a monkey swinging through the trees in the jungle, right? And so it's your job to learn how to facilitate your own mind, your own consciousness. That is your full-time job. Okay? Let's say it together. You're hired. You're hired. That's your job. To learn to bring your mind into a healthy balance. Right? Feel the pain, because pain is a messenger. It's just trying to tell you something. That's all. If you receive the message, many times, the pain, the energy will just move through. But when you say, no, I don't want to feel this, I don't want to go through this, I don't want to, right? We start saying, why? See, I can relate to all of this because I've been through this, right? And I've discovered that if I just learn just to be with whatever is in the moment, even when I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, but something in me does. And if I let the energy move and flow, the words will come. The words will come. You hear me? The words will come. You'll know what to say in that moment. You'll know what to do because the Spirit in you will give you the wisdom, the understanding. See, a lot of people are about knowledge. They're walking around and they've got this huge head full of knowledge. They know a lot of things. Now, how does that help you? Unless you have a filing system and have it organized and pull it out when you need it. But that's not what most people do. They just want to learn more stuff. They want to learn more things. Yeah, I need to learn that. And they learn the 7, steps to prosperity. But they don't get prosperity. There's a difference. Right? There's a difference between knowing the steps and getting the spirit of it, the energy of it, and letting it move through you. What is prosperity? It's having whatever I need whenever I need it. Right? Let's make it simple. I have whatever I need whenever I need it. And so if it shows up in the moment, this is what I need. So I'm going to face this. I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to experience this and go with this. You got to go with something, right? Go with what shows up. That's what being present, that's unwrapping the present moment to see the gift that is there. That's why it's called the present. because it's a gift. Let's say it together. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. This is just for you. I was thinking of you. Why? Why do these things come to us? It's because that's what I need in the moment. Because if I learn to deal with that, then I will learn tools that I can put in my toolbox so that when this comes around again, and guess what? It will. Years ago, a lady told me, she said, I married this guy, and he was a bad boy, but I liked him. I liked him. It's okay. I divorced him because he's a bad boy. Okay, that's what she told me. And then she said, I had this great idea that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find me a good one. So she met this guy, great guy, had a job. You know, good start. And she's thinking, oh, this is great. And they got real close, and then one night she just had this anxious feeling. She went out to the bar, and she found her another bad boy. This is her words. I'm just quoting. And she married him. Wow. And finally, after she divorced him, she met another one. And she made herself marry the good guy. The good one, in her mind. And you know what she did? She picked at him and criticized him because he wasn't a bad boy. I know you're going to let me down. I know that you're going to hurt me. I know that you're going to use me. You're going to abuse me. You're going to be just like all those others. Because that's all she knew. One day she was out riding her bicycle. I mean, a lot of revelations can come when you're on your bike. She's riding her bicycle and the wind is blowing. And her hair's all messed up, and she's crying, and she's screaming at the universe and telling God what she should be doing about this. And then it hit her. It hit her. I've created this whole thing through my expectancy. I expected this, and that's what I got. Jesus said, as your faith is, so be it unto you. So be it unto you as your faith is. That was her revelation. I'm just sharing what she told me. Isn't that interesting? Sometimes we need to just face the moment, be with the moment, because the moment is not nasty. The moment is not bad. The moment is not terrible. The moment is a gift to you. It's a gift. Can you trust? Can you trust? That 6-letter word, T-R-U-E-S-T. No, I can spell, really, I can. Think about the past in small doses. Okay? Now, don't spend all your time in the past. When you think about the past, it's okay to your mind to wander in the past. Because I remember these beautiful vacations we had where we're sitting on the beach, and it's just, oh, you know what? I'm thinking about the past when? In the moment. I'm thinking about it in the moment. And it's a lovely thing, and I enjoy it. I think about my kids when they were little, and precious and sweet. Now they're all grown up, and they moved away.
But they're precious and sweet.
Yeah. I just, all I have now is the memory of that, right? No, I appreciate them now. They've grown into fine young men. But you understand what I'm saying? Take the past, let yourself linger in the past in small doses. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed with it. Because there's a lot of good history that you can learn from. I learned from this guy who's now the mayor of my hometown. who beat me up. When I think about him now, I say, okay, that's what it was. I can't change it. Can you? No, nobody can change it. It's just the way it was. So therefore, I accept it. I've experienced it, and now I can take a hit. Yeah. So think about the past in small doses when you do dwell on the past, and try to just keep your attention in the moment, because it all has to do with your mind. It's where your mind goes. That's the real key. Because your body's always present. Your body is thinking, where are you? Come back here. Let's get together. Let's enjoy ourselves, right? And it's the same with the future. Think about the future in small doses. Because if you're not careful, you can enter into a worryful, stressful, anxious mind by thinking about the future. I'm not going to get into it, but one of the things I've made peace with is that one day I may die. Notice I said may. I'll leave all my options open. But I've made peace with that. I've seen myself in the hearse. I've seen myself going down, and there he goes. I attended my own funeral. Right? And you were so nice. And you said such lovely things. Thank you. Right? And the flowers, oh my goodness. People were tearing up, and I go, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, and I made peace with that. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to graduate one day, so are you. We're all going to graduate. Do you want to stay in grade school all your life? No. There are other realms and other places. In God, there's unlimited, infinity, right? So think about the future in small doses. Just keep it healthy. Keep it healthy. Make sense? Yeah, you got to make plans. I got to buy my ticket because we're going to go somewhere. You know, I need to buy my plane ticket and make sure I've got it. So, and get my bags packed. I've got to do that. That's just practical. Do the practical stuff, but be present with packing the bag. Because if you're present with packing the bag, you won't forget your underwear. Make sense? Stay in the present moment most of the time, and you'll discover a more peaceful life. Don't beat yourself up, right? Beat yourself up about it. The power for creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. If you're not in love with the present. How many will give me some grace this morning to change the battery in the microphone? Whisper some sweet words to yourself or the person next to you. Now, if you don't know them, just be wise. How was that? And I just set aside the cares of this world, fall in love with you again. I just throw away the troubles of this world, fall in love with you. Let's sing it again.
Set aside the cares of this world.
one more time.
I just set aside the cares of this world. Fall in love with you again. I just throw away the troubles of this world. Fall in love with you.
We've got to do it one more time. Ready?
I just set aside the cares of this world and fall in love with you again. And I just throw away the troubles of this world and fall in love with you.
We're going to turn down the lights. Allow yourself to just get comfortable right where you're at. And just feel around inside yourself. What do you feel in this moment? What comes up for you right here, right now? Doesn't matter what it is. Just feel it, whatever it is. What's trying to get your attention? What is the gift, the grace that is appearing now for you? What is the present that is being presented to you right now? Take a moment to unwrap it. See what it is. Where does it show up inside your body? And just let yourself breathe into it. And just bless whatever it is. Feel the energy. And feel yourself waking up to the present moment. Just breathe. I lean in to this moment. I lean in to this moment. There's wisdom hidden in this moment. There may be a word that comes to your consciousness that you need to dwell upon this week. Maybe a certain memory that comes up for you. And you can ask questions and say, what's that about? What's that really about? Now feel yourself go a little deeper, allowing the doors of your perception of your awareness to open up. Allow yourself to connect to that divine power inside of you. Maybe there's a gift that wants to arise inside of you. Something you've really been needing in your life. As a matter of fact, there's some people around you that also need for you to show up so that you can help them, assist them in their awakening as well. Because as you awaken, others will begin to wake up. Can you see it? Can you feel it? The preciousness, that divine intimacy. And to me, I see. Just breathing now, gently, easily. Allow yourself to be filled with that spirit of unconditional love for yourself and others. Just feel your body and your soul, your emotions, your spirit all aligning now. Because you are fully present here and now. And there's nothing else like it. It's a healing space. And just let it open up now. Become more and more expansive. Now I'm going to leave you for just a moment so you can just sit with yourself and just be present. Be present with the music, with the energy, with the room, with your spiritual community for just a moment. Our loved ones now, our family, our friends. our community here, our world. We hold it all in our consciousness. And we trust in a higher good. We are so open to receive the blessings of life, the blessings of God. We want to share in a more grand and glorious way, to be our true, natural, sacred selves. And we bless the world. We speak peace and the healing and support. All of those that have sent in prayer requests, we love you. We hold you in this moment. We see you experiencing all of the good, the all-loving goodness of God. And we thank you now. Thank you, Holy, Sacred, Beautiful Spirit. Thank you for these precious moments that we spend together. In the name of the Christ, in the name of the sacred and the holy. Amen. And amen. Bring your attention back into the room when you open your eyes, and just be with the rest of the day, the rest of the moment. As we turn the lights back on, Dory's going to come and share some announcements with us. So let's give her our undivided attention and be with her now.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, I am Dory Baumort, and I'm pleased to be your platform assistant today. At this time, I'd like to ask if we have anyone attending today for the first time. Anybody? Okay, thank you everybody for being here. We have openings to serve in unity. Please see Jim Hall, our Sacred Service Coordinator, in the lobby to find out more about these and other important volunteer opportunities. For the kitchen team, we have openings to assist in serving snacks for our community fellowship once a month after the service. We want to have a church yard sale to raise funds. We have lots of people that want to donate. And so we are putting together a team to sort through and price the items. We appreciate your participation on this, so be thinking about that. This is near and dear to my heart. We have a new women's group that's starting soon. It's going to be called Women for Unity. Women for Unity is a group that is open to all women of Unity. I'm going to take this that way. There. Of Greenville. The intention of the women's group is to provide an opportunity for women to develop friendships, to grow, spiritually together, and focus on positive spiritual principles as part of life. Our meetings are going to be held monthly at the church right here on the fourth Sunday following the Sunday service. The monthly program will include unity lessons, outreach opportunities in the community, outreach opportunities within the church body, some fun facts and inspiration from Myrtle Fillmore, and a short and formative program to inspire and educate. Light refreshments will be served. The first group gathering is scheduled for August 28th, immediately after the service, and we'll meet in the sanctuary right in here. No reservations or sign-ups are required or necessary. For more information, you can see me, Lisa Munoz, Sandy Light, Janet Estes, Laurie Lucas, or Lynn Dolphinius, okay? This Wednesday, July 27th, is drumming with Jeff Holland. Bring a drum if you have one. All skill levels welcome, and this is totally pure enjoyment. Sign up for the Prosperity Program that will begin on August 7th, right after the service with Ed Scherer. You will discover ways to lower your taxes and keep more of your money. A light lunch will be served. We've got food. Our annual retreat is coming up in September. It's called The Art of Spiritual Transformation, Saying Yes to Change. Tuesday evening, September 20th, through Friday morning, September 23rd this year, okay, y'all log that away, at Lake Junaluska, which is beautiful, Conference and Retreat Center in Western North Carolina. Go to ummas.org to get the details and to sign up. 2 M's in there, okay? For more information on several in-person and online events, please go to our website, or you can pick up a list of events in the lobby on your way out. And let's show our appreciation now for all the volunteers who helped this week at today's service. Thank you for your service. And lastly, I want to ask if anyone here is in need of prayer today. We want to support you in prayer, and you can leave your prayer requests in our prayer box today after the service. It's over in that corner. You can also call or email and ask for prayer support. And of course, we want to remind you about the 24/7 prayer support available to everyone from Silent Unity by phone and app. Do think about that. That's an incredible resource that we all have. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part of our Unity community.
Thank you, Dory. Yes.
Can I
Pardon? Yes, that's what we're getting to right now.
Can I tag one more announcement onto
Please.
that very quickly? Next week is the last Sunday that we meet at 10 o'clock. Beginning the first Sunday in August, our service time moves to 10:30, per your wishes. So just don't forget that.
10:30, August 7th. If you get here at 10, that's okay. Just bring your breakfast. All right, we're going to ask the ushers to get ready at this time to receive our offering today. And I just want to say thank you all so much for your giving. You know, in the summertime, many times the offering will drop off a little bit. And so we needed some extra help. And you all stepped forward. And last month, we took in an extra $7,000. Okay? So thank you. That really helps a lot. And we're just trusting that folks will continue on in giving. And we appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for that. So check with your heart. What should you give? Be present with your giving. And just give in love and in peace. And we trust that it will all be exactly what we need. How many of you trust that with me? All right? Yeah. So let's say together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all I receive, and all that I am. And thank you, ushers. Thank you so much.
So we're going to close with a song this morning that a wonderful duo, Wyatt Nona and Naomi Judd, did. And we lost Naomi Judd not too long ago. And this song expresses a desire that she had to see our world understand that love can build a bridge to heal any divisions that exist within us, within our society. So we want to dedicate this song this morning to the memory of Naomi Judd and her desire to see love be a bridge.
Gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. that you might see. The first step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything,
Anything,
anything.
anything.
We keep believing in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Beautiful, beautiful. I want to say thank you, Gabrielle, for being with us today and singing so beautiful. Thank you, Jeff, for those beautiful sounds. Very healing and enlightening. Thank you. Thank you, Leah, of course. Thank you, Sharon and Michael, for filling in for Kayla this morning. Did a great job. Absolutely. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. Let's all stand together. So what are you going to practice this week? Being present. Just being in your life, with your life. You might as well. Because if you don't, there'll be a commercial that'll come on TV and that'll take over for you. All right? Let's say together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for being here today. Greet someone before you go, or join us in the back for some snacks. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.